Well, welcome and howdy, ladies and gents. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Man, I always love the Labor Day weekend. The heat backed off a little. It's kind of cool. I'm actually wearing a sweater out here, and I need it. It was kind of chilly out here. Man, so the game against Marshall, it got a little hot. It was the hottest day of the week on a week that we kind of got a break in the weather. But man, anybody that stuck that game out, kudos to you. You're a real dog fan to have stayed all four quarters for that game because it was hot. It was really hot. But we got a break today, and we're going to have an opportunity to watch the rest of the football world unravel while we're sitting back playing Austin Pie. Then we got Tennessee. Now, ordinarily, I kind of want to just talk about like Austin Pie and Marshall. Those are just kind of like got to get through that. So we got a break. We get to sit and relax while teams like Alabama already are melting down. One down. Texas, two down. So we got to defend our SEC title. And the first chance to do that is going to be against Tennessee. You know, this isn't going to be the best Tennessee team that they've had. This isn't the Hendon Hooker Tennessee, but they might be dangerous. And unfortunately, I would like to know what we really got going in, because you don't know what you got when the coaches are holding things back and just getting through those two games. And quite frankly, every coach in the country is probably going to be playing it close to the vest because everybody's got a young squad. And believe me, all you coaches out there know that experience helps. It does. I don't care what you're doing. You're trying to put together a yard sale. If you've done it once, the second yard sale is going to be a lot easier than never having done it. And a lot of these football players have never played, at least together, and that's really what counts. Experience is how much they play together because it's a team sport. So Georgia looked good. I mean, there's nothing to learn from that. So we still don't know much more than we did in June about how we're going to even do against Tennessee. Normally that's a road game, and that alone causes us to worry. And a young team making its first road game, it's going to be, you just can't be cocky. We'll never see that kind of confidence that we had in 22. I mean, how much would it take to put that team together today? Man, get your calculators out for that one. But we don't have that kind of team availability ever again. Nobody's ever going to have a team like that. So we can put that one in the books and feel proud that when people talk about the best team ever, when you gather around the bar or the cookout and people argue about the best team ever, you've got an argument. You may not can't prove it, but you got a very good argument that you had the best football team that ever stepped on a field. And I believe we did. And we had a template to maintain that. It's not our fault that the college football crumbled beneath us, or is crumbling. Not our fault. And we can still have, relative to the competition, the same kind of dynamic, dominating team if we decide that's what we want. Now, my biggest concern is that I don't understand why we're not jumping on opportunity why are we just jumping in to fight and grovel with the rest of them? Are we using our tools? Are we using our tools to dominate? Is that really what we're looking at, what we're trying to do? It's hard to say with confidence that we're doing that. Just little things like the bell didn't work. You know, Kirby Smart came here, the whole thing was, the bathrooms were clean, everything. The water boy had to be top notch, and you had this idea that Kirby Smart was on top of this organization and making everything click. And that did happen. And now he's been here 10 years, Very easy to get complacent. Not saying he's getting complacent. I'm saying it's very easy to get complacent. And the fact that I don't think he's complacent. I don't think Kirby Smart will ever be complacent. I doubt he's ever truly satisfied. ever. I was at ZZ's Simone's, the best restaurant in town, and we just were having dinner, and we happened to see the at least one version of Kirby Smart's birthday celebration. They had a fantastic dinner, but you could tell Kirby was having fun, but you could tell he had work to do. Kirby Smart will never be satisfied. But I don't worry about them being complacent. I do worry about them kind of drifting away from this determination to dominate. And I don't mean about the money to an extent, but to you and I, it's about football and about enjoying the process of watching football. But we had the advantage of watching it from the catbird seat for so long that seems to be the best view in the house. So as Georgia fans, we are fortunate enough to have first-class seats. And I think we deserve it. First-class organization and first-class fans. We got the best fans, and that's saying a lot because and when I say we have the best fans, is that we are big enough to acknowledge when we don't get it done to that standard, but we also like to see, well, I just saw a hawk fly by. A beautiful red-tailed hawk. You may can hear them. I do this outside, have my morning coffee out here. I just saw a red-tailed hawk. I got a close-up view right across with the trees over there. Yeah, we are seeing some action. There's actually a flurry of large birds flying over. Wow. Well, that's a sight. Okay, back to business. I always like to see things like a hawk that you can recognize. I saw its colors. Awesome. You hear the crows flying around. And that's kind of what Tennessee is. That's kind of what Tennessee is. So we're the red-tailed hawk, and Tennessee's the crows. We can't let the crows win. I'm a little worried about Tennessee. I wanted to talk about that game, but we got to see a little more. Let's think about that game, because Austin Pie, I mean, that's just a warm-up. Well, what are we going to do with Tennessee? What's that game going to look like? We saw Syracuse ran the ball pretty well. That's encouraging. So just that little tidbit alone probably means that we can win the game. So now, we're not looking like a dynamic team. We didn't see a lot of downfield shots, and I didn't like, I mean, I'm not criticized, I don't like his wind-up. Talk about Gunnar Stockton. I don't like the wind-up. I don't get that. And Jake Fromm had a little hitch. He had a little thing he did with the ball, but we got away with that. But we had Nick Chubb and some other guys. So that's the missing element going back to the kind of teams that we saw. Even in 22, we knew we had those guys. We had a hoss. It was all about throwing the ball downfield and great players, all that. But we still have great players. I want to see these receivers get used. I want to see us use those guys. And I don't know. I would like to see Piglassi play. And I would like to see him take shots. I mean, that's just me. I'm not the coach. You can win that Tennessee game using the Gunnar Stockton, and the things he brings to the table can help you win a road game like that. I'm not expecting them to throw Piglassi out. And I'm not suggesting that Gunnar Stockton can't throw downfield. But what I am suggesting is that why aren't we using, the absolute best way to win a game? Do you have to tailor your offense to a quarterback's limitations when you have 5 in the room that are good? I just want to see us get more dynamic. I think we can be, but I understand it's going to be a slow process. I understand you got to go with what you can do. And maybe I'm overstating their ability, but why do we go out and get a room full of top-notch receivers if we're just going to let Gunnar Stockton get 150 yards on with his feet? You can win the game that way, but if Tennessee happens to strike, if Tennessee happens to strike and get us behind, uh, I don't know how we're going to react. We didn't react well against Notre Dame when we were behind. And so it was good to see Georgia go out early, get points. I did like that. And man, that's what we're going to have to do to beat Tennessee. And then it can be a cakewalk because I don't think Tennessee is going to be that good a team in terms of what we can do against them. I think should be able to win that game. But the atmosphere, the road, those are things that can always blow up in your face. Let's hope it doesn't. But Tennessee, what's his name? Aguilar, is that the one they went with? You know, they traded quarterbacks with UCLA. He seems to be a 60% completion guy. That's his top end. So we get that guy at 50% and maybe get a pick or two. We're gonna have to see what kind of running game Tennessee's got, and that's what saved them last year. They don't have that proven commodity this year. So what do you guys think? What do you think? I'd like to have some. We got a little time to prepare. Like if you are willing or have a mind to, type in the comment what you think the score is going to be against Tennessee, and we got a little time to get together a game plan. The rest of my thinking from now on is I'm going to be talking about Tennessee because in the regular season, we basically talk about the game coming up during the week, which is right now, and we'll talk about the game. And usually, like the last video I did it from the stadium, so I had to put. Yeah, I apologize for the sound. I didn't know how to do that. It was loud, and I probably overdid the sound effects to compensate the fact that I was doing it in a stadium. It was kind of loud, and I had to compress that. I mean, I had some commenters say it was too loud and things like that. Sound effects. I had a hard time doing it. I don't know if I'll try that again. But I do wanted to, Saturday and Sunday we keep up with the game we played, and then we talk about the one coming up, and we talk about the people around us. Have a little fun with hanging L's on everybody, and so right now we're just keeping up with the L's. Keeping up with the L's. Texas, Alabama collected big fat L's, and we don't want to get one. Ever. Gonna be tough. It's a tough season. No one knows what they got, and we don't know what we got. But what we do know is that we really do have probably, that's our little ace in the hole, is that we have Kirby Smart, and I do think he will figure all this out.